And a very good morning to Joe Root. Can I just say that was a class tribute to Thorpe yesterday?
Well, it's what he deserved, really. Everything that he's given the game of cricket, English cricket, as a player, as a coach, as a mentor, as a friend. That gesture wasn't just from me. I think it was from our dressing room and all the other dressing rooms he's affected, whether that be for Surrey, for England, and beyond. He's someone that we all dearly love and miss every day. And it's been really nice this week that we've been able to celebrate everything that he gave to the game of cricket. And hopefully that can continue for many more years to come.
When did you have it planned?
I'd like to say it was before I walked out to bat I was that confident, but it was on 98 at tee I put it in the back of my trouser. So, but clearly it was in my mind the whole game, and he's, like I say, he's had such an impact on my career and so many others. Not just as a coach or a mentor, but as a friend as well. The amount of time you spend together off the field in those environments. So yeah, it was nice to pay tribute to someone I extremely admired and valued as more than just a coach and a colleague.
I was watching it out the window, deep breath, and I was thinking, well, how are you going to gather yourself to go back and face the next ball? You take a few deep breaths. Yeah,
well, I think one of the nicest things was hearing the reception to it from the rest of the ground, and once that happened, it was just about getting back into it, getting back into your routines, and knowing that you've got a big job at hand still to try and get us across the line.
What about today then? I mean, all you can do now is watch.
Well, it wasn't going to unfold any other way, really, was it? The way this whole series has gone, it was never going to be a 3-down chase, was it? Even after that partnership. So it's been that kind of 6 weeks, hasn't it, where everything's ebbed and flowed. It's gone both ways. Two teams throwing absolutely everything at it. And we're in for another very exciting finish.
Can I ask you about your partnership with Brookie? Because the team looked in a bit of trouble when he came to the crease. How did you go about that? What were you saying to each other at the start of it?
Not a huge amount, to be honest. Brookie's not a big talker out in the middle, but we have played a lot together. So we've got a very good understanding of each other's games. And I think the way that we play, it complements each other really nicely. I can be quite busy and try and rotate strike and pick off the occasional boundary here and there, and he can really upset bowlers' rhythms and momentum. You get a couple of wickets, you feel like you're in control of things, the board's not moving, then he comes out, and before you know it, they've got a long off, and he's got 3 or 4 boundaries in succession, and the board's moving very quickly. Everything seems to happen at a completely different pace. So it's understanding the different ways you operate and trying to work that in together as a partnership and make it as uncomfortable for the opposition in your own skill set.
When he started to go with that counter-attack after the break, do you do you just leave him? Do you 100%. Just let him get on with it?
This, like I say, without, you look at the way he got out and people will say, what's he done that for? He's done all that hard work, but he had to continue to do that for us to get to where we got to.
That was a massive moment.
It was a huge moment, but you still got to then go on and carry on playing in the method that he did. And it's not a fluke, is it? I mean, he's got 10 Test hundreds playing in a very similar manner to this. He's got a great method behind what he's trying to do, a huge amount of skill, and
slightly comedic end, though.
Yeah, but entertaining as was the rest of the innings. So, incredible player, someone that you love to stand at the other end and operate with, because he constantly putting the opposition under pressure, which makes your life easier at the other end too, and is 100% already a star, but a star for the future for England and world cricket. When
he gets out, do you think about how your tempo and the way you play changes?
Slightly. Again, you're trying to work with the player at the other end. You know that everyone that is to come in that batting order can score freely and score quickly. So it wasn't necessarily a case that it's understanding the position of the game. We were around a break, new batter coming in, and making sure that you still have that momentum going into the break, and just more than anything, you're looking at those runs required. Every 5 runs is a dagger. Yeah. It's a step in the right direction, and it's just almost looking at it from a one-day point of view. You're chasing a score without the scoreboard pressure of having to go at 6 and over or whatever it is. So just sort of working your way towards that target, understanding that at some point in yesterday's scenario with 3 seamers, spin would have to come on. There wasn't very responsive, and that could be the time to put the foot down a little bit more maybe, and just sort of trying to play the game that way too.
Can I ask you, the series as a whole, I can't remember as many Test matches going to the 5th day and being as exhausting as this is, but you've gone 100 to finish the series. Have you done anything different to keep your emotions, to keep your energy levels so high through a series, or have you managed to switch off in between?
Managed to switch, I think it just comes from experience, to be honest.
Yeah.
One thing that you gain the more that you play is you have a better understanding of your own game, and then can you then put that into practice against the questions that are going to be asked of you and how the opposition are going to challenge you. And obviously when you're playing against the same bowlers over a long period of time, you've got evidence to work against, and that's generally how I've tried to work through this series, understanding how they've generally tried to operate. They've targeted my surfboard, if you like, a lot of the time, and they've used the crease quite nicely. So it's like, how can I try and counteract that? How can I take that mode of dismissal out of the game? And it seemed to have worked okay. It'd be nice to see these 35 runs disappear and then look back and say it's been a really worthwhile. Well, it's been worthwhile anyway, but really enjoyable to be sat there having won a brilliant Test match series, played very hard cricket from both teams.
We all obviously feel very sorry for the injury that Chris Woakes has sustained. We caught him on camera marching up and down the balcony with his whites on and his arm still in the sling. How's he doing, and if it comes to it?
Yeah, he's doing good. It means a huge amount to him to play for this team. I had a chat with him this morning. He said if he didn't go out today, he wouldn't be able to forgive himself. So you can clear how much it means to him to play for England, but hopefully it doesn't come to that. We've got two very talented players at the crease. Gus Atkinson with a Test 100 to his name just sat behind him, and clearly Tungi's very capable. He's scored some first-class runs in the last couple of years, so we'll see how things unfold. Hopefully that isn't how it pans out, but testament to his character and what playing for England means to Woakesy.
New ball imminent, but a heavy roller to be used.
Again, it sums the series up, doesn't it? It's which way is it going to go? So many great things to ponder over the next half an hour before we get going. It's been that way for the last 6 weeks, so it wouldn't seem like a fit. It wouldn't be the end it deserved if it was any other way.
Thank you for your time. Well played.
Cheers.
We'll be watching on, as you will be, up there.
Yeah.
Thanks very much indeed, Joe. Well, this series and yesterday will live long in the memory. We've seen some astonishing Test cricket this series.